So I just came into the realization that 607 Unc is the new Jerry Springer. Look at how he been acting. He started off clowning from the beginning, doing that little dance and shit on what they call it, off the porch, dirty glove bastard off the porch. And I was like, this is just another nigga doing all this crazy shit for attention and clout and to possibly go viral, try to get his name up. Clownism to get your name up. A lot of people do it. A lot of entertainers do it. Because that's what the masses want to see, foolery. But 607 Unc started making some sense with some of the stuff he was talking about. And he was sounding real believable about, writing a country grammar song. And I don't go off belief. I go off knowledge. But I can see that he could have wrote that song. I can see that. That ain't too far-fetched to me. Because I rap and I know how. I done wrote some songs for people and all that. So I know how that go. But, it's just real interesting though. But it hit me when I watched this show. I think it's called, I forgot the name of it. It say View Skit on this. It got a stamp that say View Skit. It's a white dude. Remind me of them late night talk shows. It's just real messy. He arguing with 607 Unc on there. And it looked like it's all staged for entertainment. And it's pretty entertaining. And as far as the episode with 607, that's the only episode I've seen. But to get to the point, he acting a fool on there. He doing all this unnecessary stuff. But also 607 Unc will drop a jewel on you, a heavy jewel, a meaningful, useful jewel, some wisdom and some knowledge. He be telling the truth about a lot of the things that he talk about and that he mentioned. About the creation of man and woman, how Adam and Eve was one, how the human body really, before the current humans, there was a unisex human that the Anunnaki made. And the Anunnaki is an umbrella term that cover all those extraterrestrial beings, the high scientists, the ancient people that used to walk the earth. All of those are considered Anunnaki. They lineage or them specifically came from the heavens to earth. That's what Anunnaki mean. Ki is the Anunnaki term or the Elohim term for earth. Used to be called Tiamat, but not to go too far into that. 607 Unc is the new Jerry Springer. This is the main topic. And I believe that, well, let me rephrase that because I don't go off belief. I could see him being an agent, an Illuminati agent. Because what he's doing is he's acting so obnoxious, so crazy, and he's steady pushing this in a way he's method, using a method that I don't even, the word ain't coming to me right now to describe this type of method, but he's really promoting that homosexuality. He play a lot with it. He'll talk about it. He say he's not that way. But on this episode with this talk show, View Skit or whatever you want to call it, he's steady talking about Charleston White in an explicit way. But he didn't flip it and say, sex is not really sex. It's a mental thing. Because even when you're having sex, you don't really touch the person. And this sounds crazy, but it's true. But he's not breaking down the science of it so that you can fully, truly understand in the correct way. Everything is atom and molecules. He mentioned that, and that is right. But he don't tell you that things don't touch because of the electromagnetic forces between the atom and the atoms. So even when you sit down, you're not really sitting down. You're really like hovering over the chair. It feel like you're sitting down because of like the vibration in between the atoms. So you really don't ever touch anything. And that's with everything in life because the atoms don't collide like that. Now you can look that up, but when he does that and he make it sound so ridiculous, it made me think of the COINTEL and the Prevent the Rise of the Black Messiah and all these little projects that radical governments put out to stop consciousness from evolving within the people. He talking about all that, but he's a big joke right now. And I term the phrase woke joke project or experiment that's going on right now, because with the internet, the woke community, hold on. Let me do this. Don't touch that. Anyway, the woke community, I mean, it's contagious, man. Like everybody noticed the new world order. Everybody noticed the new age, the digital age, the age of awakening, and even the dumbest of the dumb, average 85 or what we call the 85. They know a little something. They got a little knowledge because knowledge is running so frequent. It's the information age. So with that being said, the Illuminati has to find a way to counterattack that. And what they do, they fuse it. They mix it up like they do everything else. They, what's the word I'm looking for? Contaminate it in a way, corrupt it. Because he doing this, he playing it to the hands of the masses, because everything is perception. So people perceiving this stuff, and if they perceiving it that way, that's how they're going to express it, and that's not right and exact. So he pushing the agenda where woke people are looked at as joke people, like, because the conscious community is running so rapid that it's saturated. You know, people getting tired of hearing. It's always some new, something different. And knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge is infinity, but too much of anything ain't good for you, because if you just throwing out information, and you're not utilizing none of it, you just overloading on information. And that's what the internet and the woke community has a problem within itself right now. But you use that, and you use a person like an entity, an agent like 607 and you defile it even more and make it more of a joke. So that's what that's at. With that, and that's what I'm getting out of this whole situation right now. This 607 being a new Jerry Springer, because look at this show, look how it was acting. It reminds me so much of Jerry Springer, but no, it's not the days of TV and commercial. It's the days of internet, the information age, and a lot of trends and a lot of different approaches to so many things. So you just mix it all up like that and serve it to them like that, and because the science remain the same. You know, all you got to do is make an experiment, create a theory, create the experiment, and then get the results and find out what's the outcome. And they know the outcome with human behavior. The Illuminati scientists got that down packed. That's one of the main things they use and help them to control the world and be in power today. So 607 is the new Jerry Springer / goddamn Matrix agent.